Yo! Yo. RX back with another recap of UFC Vegas 120. Sal killed versus Gamrot. We back with another recap of a trip to the Apex that was pretty good, actually, to be completely honest, which that has not been said about Apex trips too often, but it's actually pretty good. The Apex looked cool. They filled it out with legit chairs and seating, like 1,000 chairs or some shit. Fights delivered. It was a good card. Again, not over, 5 years now? You're not being able to say that too often about the Apex, but it's warranted here. It was pretty damn cool. And yeah, it was a good card, looked good. I enjoyed it. UFC continues their hot streak of fight nights with the one that maybe had their highest chance to fail, but delivered and might have been the second best one of this last 4. So the UFC's on an insane hot streak right now of fight nights, and even IFW was pretty decent. If you look past Connor, UFC's on a nice streak right now, and I'm again excited to recap a good card. I'm very worried about next week's. I don't think any of what I'm saying is going to be said then about good card and da-da-da, but that's next week, which we're going to try and forget is happening for this week. This card was good, Apex was fun, and another good fight night, 4 in a row. Can't complain about that, and let's recap it. So, like, comment, subscribe, normal bullshit there, and anything else to say? Not that I know. 12 fights from the Apex, most of them were good, shockingly. How are the Apex even good now? I don't get it, but fight nights have been carrying 2026, man. And this one made this was probably a top 10 card of the year, so let's recap it, shall we? You ready? I know I am. UFC Vegas 120 recap. Let's get into this bitch. Beginning with the opening fight of the night that should have won fight of the night, but kind of got fucked over in that regard. But, you know, UFC's gonna UFC. I've gotten the opening fight of UFC Vegas 120 in the strawweight division added on Tuesday/Wednesday. We had a banger to open the card between Carol Foro versus Gigi Canuto. Yeah, Gigi Canuto's still garbage, but this fight was really fun. I gave Gigi one more chance. She did shit the bed here and lose, but again, it was a very fun fight in my opinion. It should have been the fight of the night. I don't know how it wasn't. The scorecards, these are the real ones first. 29-28 across the board. Forio dominated round 1. Gigi, I'm shocked didn't get knocked out, to be honest. Round 2, I'll give Gigi that. She got a takedown and looked good on the ground. Could have got a 10-8 if she did any fucking damage, but she decided to just lay on 4-0 instead of actually do damage. So 19-19, and then round 3, 4-0. Just beat shove, Gigi again on the feet, and funny enough, Gigi failed to do an armbar again in round 3 when she had it completely locked in, and that's just kind of hilarious to me that she failed another armbar because she's fucking terrible. So that's how the fight ends, 29-28, 4-0, and yeah. Good fight. The loudest the Apex has ever been. Listen to the end of this fight. The Apex is deafening. And this was a banger. This was a really, really fun fight. And, yeah, these two swang and banged. Well, 4-0 swang and banged. GG ate a lot of punches. And, this was good. This was a good fight again. Sure got fight of the night way better than what actually got fight of the night. And yeah, really good fight in the card. What more can I really say there? Fun banger, as expected, 4-0. And, yeah, what more can I say there? We'll talk about the winner here first. I was gonna talk about GG first, but fuck her. To talk about the winner here first, Carol 4-0, now 10-1, and a really good prospect. How old is she? 29? 29 years old. She's good, man. 4-0 is a complete little just tank. She's really powerful and just a very decent fighter. Yeah, she could. Her biggest issue is her cardio. Outside that, she's pretty decent. Her grappling, we didn't see a lot of it, only really in round 2 and that armbar in round 3, but it didn't look terrible. I think that can be patched up pretty easily. Just that cardio is an issue, because she did kind of gas, like, midway through round 2, maybe, and by the end of round 2, I think she was completely gassed, so that's not a great sign. That happened on Contender Series as well, where she did gas in round 3, so that's not good. But if she can patch that shit up, she's pretty fucking good. She could be a top 15, top 20 fighter in this division, and she's gonna be one of the ones people want to watch. That's for sure. People are gonna go out their way to watch 4-0 fight because she's entertaining. Again, the comparisons were made on Contender Series and they're fucking fair. She is a lot like Jessica Andrade. A little fucking tank that just throws power. She has a lot of it, and I don't think she has Andrade level power, but probably not far from it, so she's good. She's really good, and what can you really say here? So, a very good prospect in this division, only 29 years old. Just needs to fix up the cardio, and 4-0 could be a legitimate problem in this division for a lot of fighters, so what more can you really say there? And, belong to the UFC again. You got to, if the Contender Series fight wasn't foreshadowing to what she would be in the UFC, then, well, goddamn, you didn't watch it. She's exactly the same. She's very fun, a little tank, and she could be a real prospect if she fixes up that cardio. And then as for the loser here, the Can, who took 2 losses this week, one in real time, one on TV. We have the loser here, GG Can Yuto. I gave her a second chance and she shit the bed again. She sucks. What do you want me to say? She is just terrible. It's fucking hilarious that she fucked up the armbar again. Like, that is so fucking funny. She botched the armbar again. That is fucking hilarious to me, and like, she's a shit striker. She was gassed by the middle of round 2. Again, she can't do a fucking submission. She's terrible. She's fucking terrible. Like, what do you want me to say? I've given her more than... I gave her 2 chances. The Ultimate Fighter season was hers to win. She lost it. Fine. Fine. What the fuck is the excuse here? You just suck. Like, she's terrible. What do you want me to say? She's fucking terrible. It's that simple. She can't strike. She has garbage cardio, and she can't do a submission, let alone an armbar. What do you want me to say? I'm not gonna fucking lie and go, well, you know, like, what's she showing? Tough? Yeah, she's extremely tough. Fun fight. But the 3 basic things she sucks at: striking, cardio, submissions. And to be honest, she still could have walked out with a draw here if she just did any damage on the ground in round 2. Though she can only blame herself for this loss. For her shitty striking, her shitty cardio, not being able to do a submission, and not doing any damage on the ground. Yuto can only blame herself here. Because she could have got a 10-8 here. If she knew how to do a submission, she would have won. If she knew how to throw a punch or not gas after 5 minutes of fighting, she could have won. But she's terrible. So, I gave her a second chance and she fucking blew it. Cut her. I don't care to see her fight again. She has failed both opportunities, and she shouldn't be in the UFC. She's not a UFC level fighter. It's that simple. It was a nice idea. You've given her enough chances. Also, change that nickname. You are not Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier is actually better at submissions than she is, and she's terrible. What do you want me to say? So I'm not gonna lie or sugarcoat it. Kenyuto is fucking garbage. Like, what else can I say? So, I never thought doing an armbar would be an impossible task for someone who claims to be a PJJ nerd. So, there you go. That being said, anything left to be said is, for the first of many times tonight, who should they fight next? For Foro. I'm not gonna bring up the whole page and all that. The best idea I got is probably Luma Luke Bume. It's not the greatest idea, but I think it makes sense. Luma is on a losing streak, but it's very good. It would be a step up to an extent for 4-0. Like, outside of that, what else is there? Caroline Kolkevich, Shauna Bannon, Nicole Calari. Those are good wins for her, but those are kind of either lateral moves or steps backwards. Luma Luke Bume might be on a 2-fight losing streak, but we know how good Luma is, so why not 4-0 and Luma? The one time Luma might not be undersized in a fight, so it'd be a really good fight, and I'd be down to see it, so book it, why not? And for Kenyuto, yeah, I'm not even thinking of a joke. I don't care to see her find UFC again. Obviously she's going to, but why? She showed nothing this week in her 2 fights. I know tough didn't happen this in real time this week, but go with it. What did she show in her 2 fights this week? Is there another UFC shot? Gassing after round 1, not knowing how to do a submission. I would cut her. They're not going to, but they should. So, she's pathetic. What else can I say? She's dog shit. So, there you go. Not very much else to say there. Again, I'll give the one thing I will give Gigi, good fight. This should have been the fight of the night. But outside of that, she sucks. So, that being said, not very much more to be said there. Again, very fun fight to begin the card. 4-0 is a really good, fun prospect. And who should she fight next? Why not Luma Luke Bume, who is in desperate need of a win in her own right. So, I mean, it makes sense. And why not do it? So, not really much else to say there. Good win for 4-0, who, if she fixes up her cardio in her own right, she could be a legit prospect. And, fun fight. Showed them the fight of the night. And, not really much more to say there, so hell of a way to start the card with a new and improved Apex. Loudest I've ever heard the Apex. Really good fight. And then after that, we follow the strawweights with the flyweights. This is on the female side of that division. As we go into our second fight of the night, not going to waste much time here because you don't care, and trust me, I don't care. We had in our second fight of the night in the women's flyweight division, one of the lowest level fights you will see between Juliana Miller versus Ravena Oliveira. Yeah, this was a low-level fight between two bad fighters. Miller was the better fighter the whole time, but still doesn't make it good. She won round 1, doing enough. Round 2, she got to fight down again, locked up the rear naked choke like Luciano did on Oliveira, and got the tap. There you go. Pretty simple. What am I meant to say here? Juliana Miller, who's awful in her own right, gets someone who is worse than she is, and she easily beats him. What am I meant to say? So, Juliana Miller's garbage, but she can still beat the 1 or 2 fighters actually worse than she is somehow, and cover Ravena Oliveira. Like, what am I meant to say with her? How she got 4 fights in UFC and showed nothing in any of them, I don't know. That's almost impressive to show so little in 4 UFC fights. She didn't win a round, she didn't show a skill. in all three weight classes also she fought at. So like, what do you, I don't get it, man. I truly don't. But yeah, cut her. Finally, should have after her fucking last fight, but she got the fourth opportunity, showed again nothing, and cut her. Simple. So Miller should be joining her on the chopping block, but she sadly won. So UFC is trying everything to keep her. So boo. And yeah, cut Rivena. What more needs to be said there? So they're both dog shit. I have no care in the world for who Juliana Miller fights next. And cut Oliveira 0-4. We went 0-1 at bantamweight, 0-1 at flyweight, 0-2 at strawweight. Good job. Literally showed nothing in any of those fights. Goodbye. Good riddance. See ya. Bye. Garbage. But somehow worse. Next. I don't care. And then, after that, we follow that with one of the best highlights of the card, one of the best knockouts and finishes of the card, and a fight that also could have got a bonus, a performance bonus, and that is, and our third fight of the night in the featherweight division, the fight that changed on Thursday night, and turned out to be pretty decent for as long as it went. And we had our third fight of the night and one of the best highlights of the card, Miles Johns versus Gianni Vasquez. Miles Johns is back. Holy shit, what a fucking knockout. Yeah, this fight didn't go long, shockingly. Fight started, was pretty even until Gianni cracked Miles, and looked like he had him on the ropes, like Johns was gonna be out of the UFC, and then Miles did call an ambulance, but not for me, threw a brutal left hook that fucked Vasquez up, sent him down 4 ground and pound right hands later. The fight's called off, and Miles Johns wins. Damn. God damn, the left hook from hell sends Vasquez down, and Miles Johns keeps his job, getting the win, and we've not seen this Miles Johns in a long time, so good for him, man. Good win, good fight. I think it could have got a performance bonus, but I get why it didn't, and again, very fun fight for as long as it went. Great knockout, and what more can you say there? So, to talk about the winner of the fight first, that being Miles Johns, saving his job here, getting his first win in a few years, and getting his first knockout in, 4 years? In 5 years, getting his first knockout. Like, good for him, man. Again, we've not seen this Miles Johns in a super long time, and it's good to see. It was good to see this version of Miles, a guy who, again, I've always thought Miles Johns was a guy with talent. We've seen that at times against Anderson Dos Santos, Kevin Natividad. Dude has talent, but it's just these random fights where he goes in there and looks like shit for no reason. So it's good to see he broke that streak and showed up looking like he cared, looking like he wanted to win instead of just being there to be there like his last few fights were. And good win. What can you really say? Really good win for him. And saving his career, because obviously he was gonna be cut after this, and should he have been cut anyway after the Marcos fight? Probably, but what can you do? And but this saves his fucking career. So good for him, man. Again, we've not seen this Miles Johns in a hot ass minute, and let's see where he goes from here. So not really much more I can say. Good one for Miles here, and just nice to see the powerful, really good Miles Johns again, because what a fucking comeback win, and what a fight, what a knockout. Sadly, that knockout does come against a guy who's just extremely unlucky in the loser here, Gianni Vasquez, taking another loss in UFC this year, this one even worse than the first, and obviously he's not fighting this fight, I hope, so now 0-2 in UFC. I really hope the UFC gives him a fair chance, give him one more fight, give him a full camp, give him a legitimate chance, because he hasn't had that against Javid. That was short notice, he missed weight and got cut for no reason. Here, that was 2 days notice. Give the kid a fair chance. If he loses again, cut him. I have no issue with that, but give him a chance is all I think anyone's asking for, Vasquez, because he's showing flashes of a guy who's not terrible. I swear, I remember him hurting Javid in their fight. He hurt Miles Johns here pretty badly. The dude is not terrible. He just getting unlucky with short notice bullshit against okay enough fighters. So I hope he gets a full camp. I hope he gets one more chance, like maybe December. Give him like legit time to heal up and get a legit camp in, and give him someone shitty. Like give him a lower level guy that probably he can beat. Like, give him Colby Thickness or some bullshit. Like, this guy's not terrible. I think this guy could be like a 2-3 UFC fighter. Like, let's say by this time, let's say by the end of 2027, if you told me Vasquez was like 2-3, I would believe, or maybe, yeah, I don't know about 3-2, but if you've told me he was like 2-3, I'd believe it. Like, the dude is not terrible. There's much worse. Fuck, just going off Mexican bantamweights, he's better than Christian Quinones. Like, he's better than a lot of bantamweights I could fucking think of. Kazama and fucking whoever the fuck else you want to name. So, Musas. I think he's much better than Colby Thickness. So, I hope he does get one more chance on a full camp at his natural weight class, which I believe is bantamweight. But who knows with the UFC, man? Who knows? We can only hope he gets a fair shake, because so far this year he really hasn't. And hopefully he gets that fair chance, because I think he can win a fight. I really do think he could win a fight or two in the UFC and be kind of decent. So he's shown flashes in these two fights where short notice bullshit. Give him a fair chance. Give him one more fight on a full camp. I hope they do that, because it's what Vasquez deserves at this point. That being said, not really much more to be said there outside of who should they fight next for Miles Johns. The best idea I could find, it's not a terrible one, but it's kind of a whatever idea. Victor Henry, I guess. Any reason not to do that? Both are coming off a win. Henry is a guy in the division. Miles Johns is a guy in the division. That screams an Apex prelim. Book it. I'd pick Miles Johns in that pretty easily, because I don't think much of Victor Henry. Book it. Why not? Miles Johns, Victor Henry. Sure, why not? And that is about that there for this fight. Again, very good fight. Very good knockout. Good comeback for Johns, where it looked like he was on the ropes. And, yeah, good for him, man. And, for Vasquez, like I said, give this kid one more chance. Give him a full camp. I think he can get a win. I really do. But we'll see if he gets that fair chance. UFC is not known for giving a shit or giving fighters a fair chance. And, we'll see what happens. So, not very much more to say there. Very good fight. Miles Johns is back. We'll see him fight Victor Henry next time out. And, I really hope they give Vasquez a fair chance. One more fight. Full camp. Bantamweight. Someone who isn't, like, someone who is shittier. I hope it happens. We can only hope. And, yeah, not really much else to say there, so. Fun fight, debatable if it should got a performance bonus, and good fight, good knockout. And then after that, we hit the worst prelim of the card. Wasn't the worst fight in the world, but just wasn't a fight I was a giant fan of. I thought it was pretty whatever, pretty low level and not very good. As we had in our fourth fight of the night in the on the prelims in the lightweight division, the worst prelim in my opinion on this card, as we had Manuel Sosa versus Richie Miranda. Yeah, the fight sucked. Richie Miranda did really good in round one, and then he just fell apart after that. He got hurt to the legs, hurt to the body, and he got 29-28'd here. Not really much to say there. Yeah, Miranda sucks. The nice thing I can say about him is he has a really good chin, because that dude ate punches, but besides that, he just isn't very good. Because Manuel Sosa picked him apart for 10 minutes, and Manuel Sosa is just dog shit. I don't know what you want me to say. What is there to say here? This fight was just not very good. Manuel Sosa is a complete fraud in the making. He's not good. He truly is not good. And that's gonna just get exposed someday so badly. So badly. No one cares that you beat Mauricio Rufy. That means nothing. And his one loss is to that fucking clown Usman Nurmagomedov just ran through in 2 seconds, so what does that tell you? Dude sucks. He's so shit. And for Rich Miranda, yeah, this guy sucks. People wanted this guy signed. Whatever, I guess. I guess LFA's standards and talent have really went down because this guy was a champion there. Whatever, man. So, shitty fight, shitty fighters. Sosa's garbage and it's gonna get exposed soon. Miranda is garbage and they'd get exposed here. What do you want me to say? So, there you go. And then after that, we hit our fifth fight of the night and our first fight at heavyweight. Probably, is it the better one of the two? You can make a case for it. As we have in our fifth fight of the night, our first big upset of the night, I would say, as well. There wasn't many, but there was, at least... Yeah, and I guess this really was the only upset of the night, from what it looks like. We had in the heavyweight division for our fifth fight of the night, our first two heavyweight prelims, and this, again, might be the better of the two. We had at heavyweight, the last debut and maybe the best debut of the card, Jose Montana versus Louis Sutherland. Well, now I guess we see why they signed Jose now. Yeah, he ran through Sutherland. They did very little striking. They got in a clinch. Montana threw him down, got on his back, and made Sutherland tap to nothing. I'm not a neck crank is what they're calling it, but he was kind of just doing a failed guillotine, and Sutherland tapped to that before it was even really locked in. So even DC said the dude tapped as he was adjusting the summation, so it's it wasn't even fully in and Sutherland was already ready to quit. So some Cedricus Dumas shit right there, and yeah, he just trash. So I don't know what to really tell you there. I'll get to Sutherland in a minute, but yeah, fine fight, fine debut for Montana, quick fight, and yeah, simple. Welcome to the UFC, decent performance, and now I see why they signed this guy. So good to see, and let's talk about him a little bit more. As we talk about the winner here, Jose Montana. Tanha, 7-1 now at 29 years old, and again, he looked decent here. Yes, he did fight Louis Sutherland, but, winning is a win, and good for him, man. The dude looked fine, perfectly fine. And again, maybe the UFC signed him for a reason, so got to win here. He knows how to do a submission, even though it's still debatable if that was even a fucking submission, but whatever. And we'll see what he goes on to do from here. So a new prospect into the division. We'll see if he's any good in the future as he keeps fighting. And yeah, what really more needs to be said there. So he looked fine. We saw no striking, but he got to the ground pretty easily and got the submission, even though still it wasn't even really a submission. And welcome to the UFC Montana. UFC signed him for something, and I guess they were right too. So welcome to the UFC. What more can you really say? But someone I can say a lot about is the loser here, Louis Sutherland. How shit is Tai Tuivasa, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Sutherland's garbage. What can you really say about him at this point? He's fucking terrible. I fucking thought we disrespected him, because, like, Brandon Volta are very good. No, yeah, Sutherland's just dog shit, and God does this make Tuivasa look worse than ever, which is somehow impressive, but whatever. Yeah, Sutherland's awful. So, they're not gonna cut him yet, I doubt, because they need heavyweights, but if he loses his next fight, I think he's for sure out of here, but right now I doubt they cut him, because again, they need heavyweights, and do I still think Sutherland is better than a few guys on the roster? Probably. He's probably still better than Alvin Hines, and Alan Fry, Denzel Freeman, etc., etc., so... And plus, you could feed him to Gable Steveson or someone like that if you really wanted to, so... Yeah, this dude's awful. He literally tapped to nothing. Somehow he's a heavyweight and he's shown 0 striking in 4 fights now. And he's meant to be this, like, knockout artist. I wonder if he was on steroids before the UFC. I wonder. And, yeah, he's terrible. What can you say? So... simple. With that being said, the only thing left to be said is, who should they fight next? For Montana, well, I just said his name a minute ago. I guess the best fight for him would probably be Denzel Freeman, I guess. I don't know who else you'd have Montana fight. I doubt you're gonna send him in there for anyone, like, respectable. Like, I don't think you're gonna give him Johanna Deniz or someone like that right now. So, why not Denzel Freeman, a guy who did get a win in the UFC, and, yeah, I think he got signed because Jose pulled out of a fight, so, yeah, I guess Montana and Freeman, because I don't know what else you could do. Like, you could have him fight Alan Fry, Max Jimenez, but why? Like, at least Freeman has a win in the UFC, so it would feel like a step up to an extent, and, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Again, I don't see him sending Montana in there with someone decent, so give him another can, see how he does. It's someone probably worse than Sutherland, to be honest, and go from there. So Montana and Denzel Freeman, why not? Sounds perfectly fine to me, so book it, and yeah, nothing really much to say there, so again, fine fight, quick finish, good debut for Montana, and yeah, does Louis Sutherland suck? Jesus Christ, he's awful. So, again, actually, I know this was the only upset on the card side. A lot of people said this is the only fight they got wrong. I see why. So, Sutherland's terrible, and Tuivasa's terrible, and welcome to the UFC Jose Montana. Who should he fight next? I would say Denzel Freeman makes a lot of sense. Would be a fine fight, and yeah, not really much else to say there. So another prospect at heavyweight, can't say a great one because we saw very little, but he looked fine enough, and see what he can do in the UFC. So welcome to the UFC, good debut, and Only underdog win of the night. Good job. And then after that we head to light heavyweight for our co-main event of the prelims. And this fight actually did make me, the most interesting thing about this fight for me was it showed the heavyweight limit before this, where it was, well, not this fight, but on this card, they showed the heavyweight limit 206 to 265. Shouldn't it be 207? Because I've never seen weight classes interlap like that, so heavyweight could wait 206. Wouldn't that just be light heavyweight? That's how bored I am of this fight. And I found that interesting, as we have in our co-main event, the prelims. Not gonna waste much time here, because who gives a shit? We had a can battle between Dayar Nurgazai versus Bruno Lopez. Yeah, the better fighter of the two beat the shittier one. Shocker. Yeah, not much to say here. For the first 3 or 4 minutes of this fight, all these morons did was just kick each other in the leg in the middle of the cage. I'm not joking, you can go see how right that is. And then eventually Dayar did start fighting, clipped Lopez with something that barely hit him but knocked him down. Swarmed him, an uppercut against the cage puts him down at 4:59, and the ref calls the fight. Very debatable stoppage, not the worst in the world, and the less of this fight seemed better, but you could have probably let it go on, but the less of this fight the better. As I said, not even the worst stoppage on this card. And yeah, shocker, Bruno Lopez gets knocked out. I'm fucking shocked. So yeah, not really much to say there. Not gonna go in depth on these two or who they should fight next. I don't give a shit. Nurgazai is still terrible. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. That's so sad. That's just so fucking sad. But and when you get guys as terrible at it, kind of the same as Joanna Miller, when the UFC gifts you fighters as shit or worse than you are, then you're gonna get a win or two. So good for Dayar, I guess, but God, is he terrible. And for Bruno Lopez, he's just dog shit. Cut him. Literally, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Good riddance. Probably the weakest chin in the light heavyweight division. And, yeah, dude just can't take a punch. And he sucks at everything else outside of taking a punch, so good riddance. And, yeah, that's about that, so not really much to say there. Cut Bruno Lopez. Dayar Nurgazai's on a 2-fight winning streak somehow. And that's the extent of how much I care about this fight. So that's that. There you go. And then that leads to the featured prelim, going right back up to heavyweight for a very low-level brawl that was, again, a brawl, but holy shit was it low-level. As we had in our featured prelim in the heavyweight division, I can actually talk about scorecards again. Not a great thing, but whatever. We have in our featured prelim at heavyweight, Steven Asplund versus Guilherme Pat. Yep, super low level fight here. It was a brawl, but again, it was pretty low level. And again, I can show this, talk about scorecards again at least. It was another simple fight, kind of the exact same thing as the Canuto fight. They don't have the real scorecards on here. Damn it. Either way, this is how everyone scored this fight. Round 1, Asplund did drop Pat and almost finish him. Just did not. He got the round, but could have got a finish. Round 2, Guilherme had his best round of the fight, clearly taking it and getting the round there. And then in round 3, Asplund went out. Landed the better shots, almost knocked out Pat again, and clearly won the round, which means 29-28 Steven Asplund. All the judges scored it that way, and that was that. So, not really much more to say there. My scorecard, verdict scorecard, and the judges score it the same way. And, yeah. Again, very low level fight. Probably should have been a finish in this fight, but what can you do? And, what can you really say here? It was a low-level fight between two guys who are not the worst in a division, but are not very good, and it was what it was, so I don't know what I can say there. I'm actually amazed it didn't get 5 of the night, to be honest. It actually does deserve 5 of the night more than what actually got it, and that's about that, so. To talk about the winner here first, that being the meme, the GOAT, the whatever you want to call him, the legend himself, Steven Asplund. He could be a star, but God, he just does not have the talent, truly. He just does not have the talent. He's very okay, but I don't know, again, I don't know if his cardio is good or he just has a lot of heart to keep fighting. He has great fuck if he has any grappling. He did go for guillotine in round 3 for some fucking reason, and she almost got it, to be honest. Got close to getting that guillotine, then Canuto got to any armbar, but, you know. Like, he's just not very good. Like, this fight's another example. These last 2 fights have showed where Asplund's level is. He can beat terrible fighters. Very mid or shit fighters like Pat can give him a fight, and he just has no chance against some decent guys like Vitor Petrino. So, again, the dude could be a star. He's a super likable guy. He's a very fun fighter, but he just doesn't have the talent. He's a sloppy striker. He's very slow. He has good power, but he's, again, slow and sloppy. Can't doubt he can grapple too much. Cardio is debatable. Again, it seems like more he just has a lot of heart, and he just is not the greatest. So, can he beat a lot of guys in his division? Yes, because heavyweight's fucking putrid. Like, he would wipe the floor with Louis Sutherland, but that doesn't mean a lot. If you put him in there, even with, like, I'm trying to think, who's like the best, worst fighter you can put him in there with, and he would have no chance against? Ryan Spann, maybe? Someone like that. So, he's gonna be a guy in the UFC for a while, but if you told me by the end of his UFC career he's like he could easily be like a fucking 4-3 guy. Like, that kind of just what I could see him being. So, he can beat shittier guys, he can struggle and maybe beat some mid-tier guys, but he just has no chance of ever sniffing the top 25 of this division. So, he could be a star if he had the talent, but he doesn't, and it's just a shame. So, he's a good dude, a good person, a fun fighter, but he just does not have that fighting ability to back it up and be the star that he could be. So, it's a shame, but that's the truth. And then for the loser here, who doesn't have any good qualities of being a star or a good fighter, the loser here, Guilherme Pat, losing his 2nd fight in a row here to the same camp, no less, and, yeah, he is terrible. What do you really want me to say? He is terrible. He's just tall. He's slow. He's quicker than Asplund, but he's still not a quick striker. His power is debatable, and yeah, he's just not very good. So, maybe they give him a can to beat up and keep him in UFC, or they give him another legitimate opponent that he'll probably lose against. So, I think he should probably fight RJ Harris. I'd be fine to see that, but we'll see what the UFC does with him. And, yeah, he's terrible. What do you want me to say? So, simple. Simple. With that being said, the only thing left to be said here is, who should they fight next? For Asplund, probably the best idea I could give for someone, like, trying to think how I want to word this. The best idea I can give that is a fight that they might actually do, because I do want to push Asplund, and it would be a win. Speaking of tall fighters, why not Talish and Teixeira? I think it would make sense. Teixeira, I think the UFC might finally be done with him, and they do want to push Asplund, so he would easily beat Teixeira, because Teixeira is one of the worst fighters on the roster. Why not? Why not? Outside of that, what are your options for Asplund? Giving him another guy who sucks, like Tanner Boser, or fucking, Marcus Buchecha. It's like, what's the point? He's obviously gonna beat those guys. So, why not give him Teixeira? People want to watch Steven Asplund. He is a name. He is a meme. Give him a guy. Teixeira ain't ranked anymore. Why not? I don't see any reason not to do it. So, like, you want to push Asplund, give him a guy, and you want to move on from Teixeira. Why not do that? So, I don't know. That's just my idea. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's bad. Maybe it's stupid. You tell me. And I wish Tuivasa wasn't booked, because I would have 100% say Asplund versus Tuivasa, but what can you do? And yeah, Asplund versus Teixeira. I'm down to see it, so why not? Yeah, with that being said, not really much more to be said there. Again, for Guilherme, we'll see what they do with him. Again, they can either give him a can to beat like they did in his debut, or they can just give him a legit fight. He'll probably lose and cut him. Whatever they decide to do, I don't care. And that's about that, so not really much more to say there. The okay low-level fight, and yeah, Pat sucks. Asplund could be a star, just ain't the most talented. And let's see him beat up Talish and Teixeira at least. I think he easily would win that fight. So do it. Why not? So not really much else to say there. And that could be a main card fight in Brazil. Like Teixeira, Asplund opening the main card. Book it, Dana. Come on now. Get Asplund out the Apex. That's the most important thing. That's, no matter how good or bad he is, get Steven Asplund out the Apex. God damn it. And that being said, there you go for the prelims. They were fine. Outside the Manuel Sosa fight, I had no issue with really any prelim. This was good. This happened. This was really good. This was fine. Happened. And this was okay, I guess. So, one fight I would say is bad for sure. The rest I found perfectly fine. And yeah, not really much more to say there. Again, prelims have actually been completely consistently good lately, so love to see that. And yeah, good prelims. What more can you say? One bad fight, rest were fine. Did a main card live up to that and continue the streak of good cards? Let's take a look. We got 5 more fights, beginning with the main card opener. This one in the welterweight division, and God, was it an ass beating! One of the most one-sided fights you will see. We had in our main card opener at welterweight of UFC Vegas 120. Ty Miller versus Billy Ray Goff. Yeah, this got bad pretty fucking quickly. Yeah, this was an ass beating. Round 1 was not too bad. Miller clearly won, but Goff didn't take too much damage. He did get cracked a little bit, but it wasn't terrible. Then round 2 happened, and it's one of the most one-sided rounds of 2026. You can make a case for a 10-7 round, to be honest. I'm not going to say it is. I'm giving it a 10-8. But the case for a 10-7 is extremely strong. Ty Miller put an ass beating on Goff that should have stopped the fight in between rounds, but it didn't, and they sent Billy out there for round 3. One punch to the face made him go down, kind of Roy McDonald, Robbie Lawler style. And was that. So obviously I will agree with what everyone's saying. Billy Ray Goff's corner is a bunch of fucking idiots. How do you send him out there in between? First of all, the doctor should have stopped it, or the referee, or his corner. But they let him go out there and get punched one more time, which was just wrong. And, yeah, bad, terrible cornering. Like, unlike Ilya Topuria, who quit like a little bitch, Billy Ray Goff should not have been out there in round 3, so I don't know. Bad cornering aside, what an ass beating, what a performance by Ty Miller, and good win. What can you really say? Really good win here, and fun fight. One-sided to all shit. You see why Billy Ray Goff didn't want to fight him? He just tried to hug him the whole time. This kid's good. Ty Miller is really good, and he got my locks of the night right, so 21-5 now. I can't believe I have a winning locks of the night record by that much. I swear last year I did terrible, so I'll take it. And yeah, hell of a main card opener, hell of a win for Ty, and just terrible fucking cornering but for Billy. So what more can you really say there? As we talk about the winner first here, Ty Miller, a guy who is definitely looking like a real prospect in this division now. These are the fights he needed to have to start building himself up. Because again, on Contender Series, he was kind of green and not ready. But now he is starting to look ready. Again, he is fighting terrible fighters, but he is starting to look ready. Adam Fugit, Billy Ray Goff, not great fighters. Okay, but not great. And he ran through him. Actually, he struggled against Fugit a little bit, but Goff he ran through. Kid's getting better. And I said this a year ago about him on Contender Series. You can go back and watch it. I say he's green, and the UFC has to build him up with cans. And they are. Kind of same thing I said with Ty McMillan. They're not even doing that with him. Shit. But with Ty, they are, and it's the right thing to fucking do. Because on Contender Series, you see a guy who has the potential, but he just is too young, too green. These last 2 fights, especially tonight, he looked great. He's starting to form into a legitimate fighter, and if he can fucking get one more, I think he needs one more can win before you send him in there with like legitimate like top 30 guys. But if you send him in there with a top 30 guy right now, I might pick him. So the kid's good, he's long, he knows how to use his reach, he has good power and striking, good takedown defense. This kid's good. I really think he can be one of the better prospects in this division because he's shaping up to be. And again, they're doing exactly what I said they should do. I said it a year ago on Contender Series after he got signed that he is good, but he's very green, and now he is starting to develop into a legitimate prospect. So what can I say? So kid's good, and see how long it takes for him to get to a legitimate opponent. So he's really good. And as for the loser here who took a bad beating in his return and might be the last time we see him, the man who definitely needs to be looking for a new corner right now, Billy Ray Goff. Yeah, now 1-3 in the UFC, hasn't won a fight in 3 years, and yeah, he should get cut, obviously. It sucks for Billy because he is a fun fighter, and he's tough as fuck, but time is just time for him in the UFC. Again, I believe he's a fucking BKFC guy more than anything. I don't think he's UFC level. Actually, I know he's not UFC level, but he is just made for BKFC. He's a fun fighter who can take a lot of damage. He's not an MMA fighter. He's a brawler. So hopefully he can find a new corner in the process, because what the fuck is wrong with his team? And yeah, cut him. It sucks because again, I like Billy. He's fun, but it's just time for him. So it is what it is. Hopefully BKFC, DBX, something like that could take him. He probably would do really good over there. but we'll see. And I don't see any reason for the UFC to keep him, because fuck, if you do keep him, he ain't gonna fight anytime soon after the injuries he just had. Dude, this guy's gonna be out another year, so is there any point to keep him in? I would say no. So it sucks that his career did fall short, but whatever. Yeah, hopefully BKFC, DBX, someone like that can do good with him. And yeah, that's about it for BRG in the UFC. His name's not even Billy, it's William. What the fuck? I just noticed that. Not a good night for guys named Billy. That being said, the only thing left to be said here is, who should they fight next? For Ty Miller, I think you give him one more can, and then you send him in there with someone legitimate, like a Randy Brown, something like that. And I think that one more can should be the go-to option. Nikolay Veretennikov, he's welcome to the stage. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Miller, actually Veretennikov is probably a step down from who he's fighting, but it's another easy win, and do it. Give Miller one more layup, and then maybe early next year have him fight like Randy Brown or Jake Matthews, whoever the fuck is, whoever, like a decent unranked guy. So Neil Magny's always there, so. But yeah, one more layup for Miller. Nikolay Veretennikov fits that in every sense of the word, and book it. Simple. Again, for Billy Ray Goff, cut him BKFC or whoever can have him, and yeah, hopefully he can find it. Hopefully he can cut his corner and have some success outside the UFC. So not very much else to say there, and yeah, fun main card opener. Bad cornering aside, great performance by Ty Miller. Locks an IW 21-5, and yeah, Ty Miller's a real prospect, man. This kid's good. This kid is good, and even though he has more wrinkles than half the roster, I don't know what that's about, but kid is good, and give him one more can, and then give him a legitimate opponent. So not very much to say there, and there you go. And then after that, we hit our second fight of the main card, maybe the most surprising fight on the card, that it didn't suck ass. And this fight was actually pretty good. It was mainly a striking match, and it was, again, pretty good somehow. I'm very shocked. And we had in our second fight, the main card, in the strawweight top 15. We had the maybe most surprising good fight of the card. We had Alexia Theamara versus Amanda Lemos. Yeah, I'm really surprised this fight was good, and not just Theanara laying on Lemos for 15 minutes, but now Theanara went out there and had a striking match pretty much, so good for her. Judges agree with everyone else. Round 1, Theanara did a bit more and took the round. Round 2, Lemos had a great round. Don't ignore Eric Cologne here, he's a fucking idiot. Round 2, Lemos dropped Theanara and almost got the finish, but couldn't, but clearly got that round. Round 3, Theanara did what she did, kind of like round 1, fought better, and got the win, 29-28. Your winner, Alexia Theanara, in a pretty decent fight, actually. Again, it was mainly a striking match, and it's not bad. Much needed striking exposure for Theanara. Lemos can still go to an extent. Not bad. Not bad at all, so again, most surprising decent fight of the card. That wasn't boring, and good job. What more can I really say there? So not a fight of the night or anything, you know. I think this fight was better than what actually got fight of the night, and happy it wasn't a boring Theanara fight, so can't complain too much. To talk about the winner here first, Alexia Theanara, getting the win here, moving to 4-0 and beating a big name in the division. We'll see where she goes from here. she's good. Again, she is really good. And this fight did finally kind of show some of what we've been waiting for, and that is striking from Theonara. We've not seen that in the UFC yet. We've seen her just lay on people, so it's good we finally did see her striking. It's not phenomenal, but she's not a terrible striker. And it was good to finally see it, that she is getting better, and she's a legit decent fighter in this division, so it's good to see her finally getting better at more than just laying on people. And yeah, she's still the most annoying walkout in the sport, and just kind of annoying in general, but she's really good. She's really fucking good. 15-1 for a reason, and obviously she's not Fatima Klein in terms of like the next generation of this division, but fuck, they were meant to fight on Contender Series one time. That might be a title fight someday, so she's pretty decent, and good one for her. 4-0 now, only up from here. And for the loser here, the very old, and who knows if this is the last time we see her, loser Amanda Lemos. 3-fight losing streak now, and just not been doing good lately in general. Where does Lemos go from here? Obviously, the conversation of getting cut definitely comes into play, because I think you can make a strong case for it, and if they cut her, I don't think anyone would complain at almost 40. But also, I would be fine if she got one more fight. I would be down to see her get one more fight, but it should be at flyweight. I think she should definitely move up to flyweight and get a fucking one more chance, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know, again, at 40, Lemos is still okay. I think she can still probably beat some lower level fighters in this division, but she's, again, 40, so how much longer does that even hold true? So, again, if they cut her, I have no issue with it. If she retires, I wouldn't be shocked, but if she's gonna get one more chance in the UFC, it should be at flyweight, and I think she could do okay there, so we'll see what they do. I'm very intrigued, and see if this is the last time we see Lemos. So, decent career, fought for the belt, one of the hardest hitters in the division's history, but time is time. The Lemos of 5 years ago might have won this fight, but 2026, 40-year-old, and clearly the weight cut ain't good for her anymore, Lemos. I don't know. So, again, probably should move up to flyweight if she does find the UFC one more time, and we'll see how she does. So, the last time we see her, who knows? With that being said, the only thing left to be said here is, who should they fight next? For Alexia, the best fight I saw, and actually we're going to bring up the rankings here, the best idea I saw was probably Lupe Godinez. I know here, while we go to media once for this idea, probably Lupe Godinez would make the most sense, because who else is there? Theonara is going to be above the 3, and none of these would make sense for her. She ain't going to fight anyone from here and up. Why not Lupe? Lupe is not booked right now. She's in a weird spot of her own, I believe, on a losing streak. I would pick Theonara to win that fight, so why not Theonara Godinez? I would be kind of interested in that, so book it. Why not? It would be an interesting fight, and book it. Simple. So, makes sense. Even, like, I don't even know what to think about these fucking AI rankings for strawweight, because they put fucking Piera and Mizuki here, but who knows? But yeah, Lupe and Theonara make sense, so run it. Be a good fight, and be a really good win for Theonara, so not really too much else to say there. Again, I'm very amazed that this fight didn't suck, so I'm happy about that. And so who should they fight next? I'm down to see Theonara versus Lupe Godinez. That makes a lot of sense, and that will really answer a lot of questions about Alexia. And for Lemos, again, if she gets cut, I get it. If she retires, I get it. If she gets one more chance, I get it. I'm fine with anything they do with Flame O'Shea. Again, I would give her one more chance, but I think it should be at flyweight. And, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to put her on the chopping blocks. I don't think it's not a surefire thing she should be cut. So, the case is out there, but I'm not going to make it. I don't know. We'll see. So, time will tell. And, yeah, not really much more to say there. So, good one for Alexia, proving she can do more than just grapple. And again, God, it was good to see her finally strike. This fight was not bad, and see what happens next for both. It is the last time we see Lemos, and let's see how far Alexia can go at 115. Are her and Klein really taking over? It would definitely seem like it, so let's see what happens. I don't know why it sent me all the way up there. After that, though, we get to the worst fight of the main card. I'm not gonna waste much time here because this was just bullshit in its own right. We had in our featured fight of the main card in the featherweight division, a retirement fight that ended in some bullshittery. As we had in our featured fight of the main card at featherweight, Yair Del Valle versus Darren Elkins. Yeah, this was bullshit. Like, complete early stoppage. Yeah, Elkins got dropped early, but it's Darren Elkins. His whole gimmick is taking damage, and you stop the fight to nothing? Fucking bull. And it wasn't Herb Dean, shockingly. Complete bullshit. So, yeah, fuck Del Valle. This was an early stoppage. It don't count. And, yeah, bullshit. What do you really want me to say? So, complete bullshit. Little shitty stoppage. Elkins was fine, and they fucked him over in his last fight, so I don't know what you want me to say, so just bullshit. Not even waste a lot of time here. Fuck you out of here, Del Valle. Do the fucking can. Imagine celebrating an early stoppage against a 95-year-old. Speaking of that 95-year-old, obviously we gotta pay our respects to the damage. Finally retiring at 42 years old. Great career, fun fighter, and been in the UFC since 2010, 16 years. What a legend, man. Fun fighter, and again, just a legend. Beat a who's who of people, lost to a who's who of people, and obviously the Mersan Bektik fight is the most iconic fight. And it sucks that he went out with this bullshit, but good career, and enjoy retirement, Damage. Thank you, Darren Elkins. Thank you, Damage. And why was this fight not in Sacramento in 2 weeks? I don't get that at all, but great career. Referee fucked you over, and thank you, Damage. That's all I can really say there. Not very much else to say there. Fuck Del Valle, fuck that referee, and thank you, Darren Elkins. And then after that, we get to our co-main event of the evening. No chance in hell was it the fight of the night, but you know, they gotta give it to something that doesn't deserve it every week. As we had in our co-main event of the evening, in the lightweight division, the Unk battle that was not a fight of the night, it was just a fight on the night. As we had in our co-main event, our co-main event of the evening at lightweight, an Unk battle between Diego Ferreira versus Billy Quarantillo. Yeah, obviously there's no fucking universe. This was the fight of the night, but, you know, whatever, I guess. For 3 rounds, pretty much, he did for 3 rounds, beat the shit out of Billy Q. 30-27 across the board. For not even being funny, for 15 minutes, Billy Q just walked forward into punches. He blocked nothing, he threw nothing, and then he's shocked that he lost Like, what the fuck fight are you watching, dude? All you did was walk, well, not watching, but what fight did you think you were in? All he did was walk forward into punches for 15 minutes. Then you're shocked you got 30-27? Okay, Kamaru Usman, shit. Like, he did nothing in this fight. He got schooled. So, I don't know if he forgot a step of his game plan and walking into punches wasn't the only game plan, but that's the only thing he fucking did, so I don't know what he's upset about. I don't know what he was doing, but he looked like shit, and this was probably one of the easiest ones of Diego Vieira's career. Maybe he broke his hand on his fucking face, but besides that, pretty easy one for Uncle Diego. So, not really much more to say there. To talk about the winner here first, Uncle Diego Vieira getting his first win in a few years, and yeah, wish he would retire here because who knows how many more wins he'll get in the UFC, but you know, got a win here, 41 years old, and yeah, good, fine win, not a good win because, come on, but a fine win, and yeah, he was definitely less washed in this fight, and he looked fine, so not really much else to say there. Again, I wish he would retire, but we'll see him fight again. If they do the fight they should do, then maybe I don't mind him fighting again, and we'll see what happens with Uncle Diego. So obviously, if you put him in there with a younger guy, he's gonna get his fucking head knocked off, but have him fight some old dudes, he'll do just fine, so simple. And as for the loser here, probably speaking of it, last fight, and probably his last UFC fight at least, Uncle Billy Quarantillo. Again, I told you this was a bad night for a guy named Billy. Taking another loss here and looking terrible doing it. Got gifted a fight of the night for not fighting, but you know, good job. Yeah, cut him. What do I really need to say here? He should be cut or retire, but I don't think he's gonna retire, so cut him. He's not want to fight in 3 years, almost to the day, and yeah, he looked terrible. So I like Billy. I get a lot of people like Billy, but it's time. The dude's been a win-lose fighter since 2020, and now he's only losing. And at this point, with how he looked here, could he beat anybody? If you put him in there with a younger guy, he's gonna get smoked. If you put him in there with an older guy, you might get smoked again. He's done. I don't know what he's doing, but maybe he shouldn't be doing MMA anymore. Maybe he should do boxing or fucking DBX, what have you, but yeah, it's time. He's not gonna retire, but yeah, he should get cut, so. Fun fighter, good career, but yeah, time is just time, because he looked awful in this fight. With that being said, the only thing left to be said is, who should they fight next for Uncle Diego? He did make the call out that I thought made the most sense for his next fight, and that is another Unk of his own. Why not Jim Miller? They've never fought before, they're both ancient. Jim Miller only has a few fights left, Diego Vieira might only have one fight left. Why not? They've never fought before. Diego wants to get back in there quickly. Jim Miller's probably ready to go soon. Why not? So, I see no reason not to do it. They've never fought before somehow, and let's see it. I actually think Jim Miller wins that fight extremely easily, because I think he looks so much better than Diego does at their age, but time will tell, and I hope we get that. Jim Miller, Diego Vieira. Why not? I think, how many does Jim have left? I think 3. 2 or 3, so let's see him go out there and probably get another one against Uncle Diego, so not really much else to say there, and let's have another Unk fight. That being said, not really much else to be said here. Again, Billy Q's just done, cut him, good guy, but yeah, time is time on his career, in the UFC at least, and in general, for being honest, and yeah, not really much else to say here. Good one for Uncle Diego, who, God, does he have no power. And who should he fight next? Why not another Unk and Jim Miller? So, makes sense. Do it. Simple. And what more really needs to be said there? So, simple. Fine co-main event. Again, not a fight of the night, and by any stretch of the fucking imagination. This Canuto and Froyo was way better. And outside of that, only complain about the fight. Fine co-main. And then all roads on this card lead to the main event of the evening, which I fucking told y'all was gonna go one way and one way only, but y'all don't listen now, do you? And we had in the main event of the evening, that was barely a fight and just a one-sided ass beating. We had in the main event of the evening of UFC Vegas 120. In the lightweight division, we had just an easy showcase fight win for the future champion of this division in the main event to end the night in the Apex with Quillen Salkeld versus Mateusz Gamrot. Yeah, this was a complete layup, as I told y'all it was from the beginning. Y'all really thought Polish Grant Dawson had a chance against Quillen Salkeld. Y'all are funny. Yeah, Alfie Salkeld wiped the floor of him, hurt him on the feet, out-grappled him on the ground, RNC'd him easily, and that was that. Didn't get a scratch on him, easily got the win. What do you want me to say? Like, truly, what the fuck do you want me to say? This kid's a future champion. He is so fucking good, it's scary. He's a great striker with power. He's a great grappler with submissions. His cardio, we haven't even needed to see, but that's probably fine. This dude's a future champion. What the fuck can you say? Like, this dude's phenomenal. Like, this dude's just great. It's that simple. Like, it's insane how good this dude is, but he's just that fucking good. So, he's a future champion. That simple. Like, I thought the chances of him being a champ were like pretty high before this fight, but go in there, look like as good as he did. Dude, this dude's a future champion. He can do everything in MMA, and he's gonna win that belt. He's so good. 26, gonna be 27 at the end of the year. What do you need to be said? This dude is great. That's simple. He smoked the Gamrot pack, and he's gonna be a future champion. Like, he's gonna be the next Australian star, with Volk winding down, with Alberg being on. He ain't a star. He's a bigger star than Alberg already. Izzy's done. This is the next Aussie star. This is the next Aussie champion, and future champ. What can you say? And then, yeah, Gamrot sucks. Do I need to add anything onto that? Like, if we didn't already know that, Mateusz Gamrot's dog shit. Chakra, he's just Polish Grant Dawson, who I actually would like to see Grant Dawson versus Mateusz Gamrot, so if they do that, cool, I have no issue with it, so yeah, if Gamrot's dog shit, there you go. Not really much else to say there outside of, for the final time tonight, and the most important time tonight, I ask, who should they fight next? And for Quillen Salkeld, when I say this fight idea, don't get too excited. Trust me, it's hard not to be excited when you hear this fight, but calm down. Quillen Salkeld, the next fight should be against Max Blessed Holloway. I know you're as excited as I am when you hear that, but come on. That fight is fucking insane to think about. Dude, that fight would be so good, and I see no reason not to do it next. Because think about it. Paddy's gonna fight Ilya. I think that's the one of the worst kept secrets in the sport right now. Arman's fighting Rufi. Gaethje sitting on his ass, and Charles, who knows when he fights again after whatever went down with Nascimento and all that. So, and I don't think Charles would fight Salkeld anyway. So that leaves one blessed man with no fight. He's not fighting Conor again. No one cares. Why not Salkeld, Holloway, MSG? And even if he is gonna fight Conor again, why not get another fight in there? Even if Max does lose to Salkeld, who cares? So he could still go fight Conor. So Max, Salkeld, MSG, November. Who says no? Why not? Max has took literally no damage in 2026, and he's fought twice. Book it. Salkeld, Holloway. Could you fucking imagine that fight? God damn, I want to see. Please, Dana. Please. That's the best fight you can make at lightweight right now. No, fuck Gaethje, Arman, all that. That's the best fight in the lightweight division, and I want to see it. Please, give us that fight. Don't you fucking dare make Salkeld fight Saint Denis or fucking someone like that. I will fucking lose it. Or have Salkeld beat up Usman or Magomedov, but that would make no sense. So, Salkeld, Holloway, book it, you bald fraud. What else can I really say there? With that being said, not really much more to be said there. Yeah, Salkeld's a future champ, and he's great. Two things we already knew, so that's about that. Gamrot's still dog shit, and who should they fight next again? Salkeld should fight Holloway, because what reason do you want outside that fight's fucking phenomenal, and it makes sense, so that's two good enough reasons for me. And for Gamrot, I call him Polish Grant Dawson. I really would like to see him fight Grant Dawson. It'd be boring, but I would actually like to see how does that fight go down, so book it. So, not really much else to say there, and yeah, not a good last week for Polish MMA, let alone against Australians. Jan loses to Sterling, Gamrot loses to Salkeld, Tybura lost. At least Montes Rambetsky won? Yeah, sorry, Poland, you've not had shit since Joanna, so it is what it is. And the Inventor Sex ends the night on a win. That's how you end the night in the Apex. With that being said, not much more left to be said there outside of boom. That was the recap to go over how I did on picks. I went 8 of 12, 1 perfect, 455. This don't count because it's an early stoppage, so I did drop these few. Damn y'all. But yeah, I'll take 8 W's. I'm more than fine with it, so can't complain too much there. Cool. 1 perfect and 8 wins. Goddamn. The bonuses for the card we did talk about already. Salkeld and Ty Miller got performance bonuses. Billy Q. Diego got Fight of the Night. I'm okay with this, and this, what the fuck, man? Why? Dude, GG and 4-0 is better. I can name 1, fucking 2, 3, how many more? Fucking 4 fights that were better Fight of the Night candidates than Diego and Billy Q. This was a 30-27. Come on now, man. That's such bullshit. Like, it's such bullshit to see them rob fighters of bonuses, of money that they rightfully earn, just give to guys who don't fucking earn it. Usman DDP was not a fight of the night. Diego Billy Q was not a fight of the night. It's bullshit. It's completely bullshit. It's like, why? Why are you fucking over these fighters? I don't get it. I really don't get it. So, if it's just funny to them, if they enjoy it, I don't know, but it's bullshit. Foro and Canuto got fucked here, royally. Like, they earned a Fight of the Night more than this. Okay, one guy didn't even fucking fight in this fight, and the other did the bare minimum. That was not a Fight of the Night. By that logic, fucking give Fight of the Night to Miller and Goff. It was more deserving. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, man. Like, just like everything the UFC does, it's fucking bullshit. So, they don't care that they're robbing deserving fighters of bonuses. It's fucking funny to them. And they didn't even do an Al Nascimento tribute, I don't think, so fuck them. This bullshit. After that little rant, next, if you missed a card, which I say you should go back and rewatch, I would say 4-0 Kanuto for sure, that was a banger. Yeah, you don't need to see that, trust me. For sure, the Miles Johns fight. Nope. Yeah, why not? Yeah, you don't care, you don't need to see that. Asplund, if you want, it was not a banger, but still. Yep. Nope. If you want, I guess, and then for sure, so I would say for sure, 4-0 Johns, Miller, Theonara, I guess Farah and Falkilled. If you want, you could go watch fucking Montana and Asplund, and then skip the rest. You skip the rest, so there you go. Second to last, and most importantly of all, the best segment every week, and we got plenty of names for this week. The Chopping Block, my favorite segment of the week. Who's on it this week? I believe we have a few names on it this week. We'll begin with Ravenna Oliveira, Bruno Lopez, Billy Ray Goff, and Billy Quarantillo. All four should be gone. Ravenna 0-4, good riddance. Bruno Lopez 3 in a row, good riddance. Billy Ray Goff, you know how it goes. Billy Q, gone. When you lose 3 in a row, you get gone. Outside that, I don't think anyone else gets cut. Sheesh, Kanuto should get cut, but won't. Don't. UFC, don't fucking cut this guy. Come on now. No, but they probably should. No. That one, I don't know. You can make the case for it if they do it, cool, but I don't know. And then we all wish they would, but they won't. So, just Billy, Lopez, and Ravenna. Bye-bye. And, yeah, what can I really say there? And finally, to end it with, I guess, the real most important segment of all, but the chopping block is more fun. But of course, the most important segment is the rating for the card. And what is the rating for this card? It was another really good card. I think was it as good as Serbia? That's a bit debatable. That's definitely a hair bit debatable. It was really good though. I think it's really good. And I enjoyed it. Again, another good fight night. I think all 4 of these fight nights have been pretty good and ranked around amongst each other. And what am I gonna rate this card? I'm gonna give it an 8.3 out of 10. I think it's just as a hair behind Serbia. It was good. It was really good, but I just think it was a hair behind. It was very good. If you want to say it's better, I'm not gonna dispute, but I'm gonna say it. So I'm gonna put it 1 point behind, and it was really good, but I don't think it's better than Serbia. So there you go. That's that. And yeah, what a row of fight nights. OKC was really good. Abu Dhabi was the weakest, but decent. Serbia was great. This card was great. Why fight nights have carried 2026 completely. Pay-per-views have been mainly dog shit. Look at next week. So great fight night. Respect to the UFC for this one. Apex looked good. Card delivered. I don't mind Apex when it's like this. So that's about that. And yeah, what really needs to be said there. So sadly, we gotta leave the Apex for a card that deserves to be in the Apex. UFC 330. Yeah, don't be shocked if a video comes out during a week of me calling it the worst pay-per-view of all time, because I really think it is. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my thoughts and rants for that card for later. So I'm in a good mood. This card was good, and I said it's better than 330. It definitely is. So But we gotta head to Philly for the worst pay-per-view of all time, and I am dreading it, so I dread it, but I cannot run from it, so see what happens. And that's that. So we end our Fight Night Big 4 with another good card in it, and let's head back to pay-per-views. The worst one of all time in Philly. Again, see what happens. So, but with that being said, that's all that needs to be said here. Yeah, good card, and that's that. I'm trying to make recaps quicker, but it's failing breakdowns. So, but what can you do? I enjoyed this card, and that's about that. So, with that being said, the only thing left to be said is, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, also me to say something which I don't believe I am. I believe the only thing left to say is, and Contender Series recap on Wednesday, baby. Contender Series is back. Let's fucking go. So, as always, RX out. Good vibes only.